In Oink Oink News, submitted by Joe, have my baby.
Ooh.
You have my baby and take care of it.
Which fan said that?
Doesn't it say Just right there?
Oh, it says especially not just.
It definitely does not say
That
Just.
makes sense. Hard no.
A 3-star general loses a star after making fun of a woman's weight.
As he should, because he should not be doing that in this day and age.
It's the wrong way.
I know I would do that. Okay.
How many stars do you lose?
What makes him 3-star?
Oh yeah, first explain the star process.
So
Bart,
the better
explain the
you
stars.
cook as a general,
the better sandwich.
the better you
Yes,
cook.
Michelin comes and rates you.
Yeah, the Michelin man comes and goes, you're about a 3, general.
So like I guess like just some basic background on like military ranking. So general, you're an officer. And then most people, you are lucky if you get to like 06 or 07, like Steve's grandpa retired as a lieutenant colonel, then he become colonel.
06 mean.
That's like 01, 02, it's just officer ranking.
ranking?
Yeah, ranking, yeah. And then when you get up to like general status, when it's like 1 star, you're pretty much at the level of a high level politician. So you're already being escorted in those limos with a flag that has either 1 star or 2 stars on there.
The president?
Like the president, yeah. There's like you're a diplomat pretty much.
Wow.
There's 2 limos in front of you, 1 behind you. Those black Tahoes, like that's the level it's at. And if you enter any government building, they have to fly a flag that goes up, whether however many stars you are.
pretty cool.
It's crazy. So,
Damn.
Respect.
So how many of these people exist?
Lots.
there's lots.
So that's a lot of.
What's a lot? It's like hundreds?
No, fuck no.
Not hundreds, but like you'll have like, so they call it theaters, right? Like where like any type of imaginary war where it happens. So you have like the Pacific Theater, whatever. And so there's like, and in every branch they have their generals, but generally speaking, it'd be like 1-star generals in charge of LA, 2-star would be like a governor, 3-star would be like part of cabinet or a senator or something like that.
Like Joint Chiefs and shit.
Yeah, so this guy, if he was a former 3-star, he's fucking up there. Like he's hanging out with presidents all day, probably saw the last 2 or 3 presidencies. He's seen people go from cabinet to assistant, to vice president to president. Like he's seen a ton of crazy shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this cat, he lost his star because he would see this woman, I guess, and
You're already laughing?
I know. It's because
me and Bart and Joe were texting about this during the break because we can't believe that he lost a star because
I can't believe he said that to that woman.
thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
He sees a chick in the hallway and he tells her if you lose a few. Okay,
See, you can't even get
I'm trying.
Straight face, Steve. Straight face.
This is wrong.
They're in a government vehicle. And it's hitting bumps in the road, so they're probably in a Tahoe, like you said.
Yeah.
And he told the
You blamed
chick.
it on her?
He turns to the chick and he's like, if you lose a few pounds, maybe
like
the
a joke?
vehicle would have less strain on it.
He's a comedian. I don't know.
That's fucked up, but that's kind of funny.
But does he know her?
That's fucked up.
And also he
But that's true though.
he would
True. He could lose a few pounds too.
he also at one point said to her, he goes, "Oink oink, are you really eating again?"
Oh my god.
And I assume he didn't say oink oink. I assume he went. A 3-star general going.
Was he drunk?
What does he have against this one particular lady?
He's like the Trump of generals, though.
Right.
Because usually you think like he's like this high and mighty
like
guy, but he's just fucking locker room roasted.
Was he a Marine?
Yeah.
The way Bart talked about these guys, like they're like up there, diplomats going to like meeting shit.
Yeah, they're probably power hungry.
World leaders, and then he just goes oink oink, you fat bitch.
Like if a general, so you're not even gonna see generals on a base because they're so high up, they're being escorted and shit like that. So you're not gonna see them walking around a base. But if there was a general just even walking into like a 7-Eleven on the base, everyone is gonna stand up like there's a fucking stick in their ass. Cause they're like, oh.
Do you have to memorize everyone that has stars?
But you can see it on there.
You can see,
on the thingy?
you see, like if you see a 1-star general walk by, you're like, holy shit, this fool could fucking own my ass right now. Yeah, it's just crazy.
He said he didn't recall the oink oink incident, and he said that they just had a good nature back and forth around the office. And then he also apparently he used to drop packages and folders on the ground and have his subordinates pick it up.
He's all like, drop something.
Pick that shit up.
That's some fucking like
That's a power trip move.
movie trip.
Oh yeah,
Are still high ranking
Yes.
other guys, old guys, So it's
I'm sure.
So if you saw like a private to do that, it's like, oh yeah, fucking
But he's telling
regular
you,
ass
Lieutenant Colonel,
young kid, intern, whatever. But then if it's like a general and like a captain, it's like, this is weird.
To put into perspective, so like when I went to Korea, I was a lance corporal, which is pretty low. And then so my daddy is, it would be like this guy that's a sergeant. His daddy is this guy that's a captain. And so that's already like 2 daddies above me, right? We parked our bus in a place we're not supposed to be parked. I see this general come out with a fucking cigar and he's smoking. He goes, who the fuck parked this bus here? I want someone to move this shit. I see this captain who is probably like a mid 30, 40-year-old man sprint into the bus and just move this shit. And I'm like, I've never seen my daddy's daddy become a little bitch that fast.
Yeah.
Yes!
Exactly. I was like,
And just a minute ago, he was punking everybody.
yeah, because he's my daddy's daddy.
Did you realize how small you were at that particular moment? You were just like,
Yeah, I'm like,
fucking nuts.
I could be vaporized right now and no one even care.
Yeah.
My female cousins would bring guys to the house, and they would find out that my grandpa is a lieutenant colonel, and they're always like, "Sir," and then like they look for a hat.
Are they military too?
Yeah.
Shit.
Because it's crazy. It's up there.
Can you call him sir?
I wouldn't even know
I
military
only say
shit.
sir
Yeah,
and
me
miss.
neither.
I only do that, and people
I've been
call
doing
it
shit
out.
like this. Yes, sir. Like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. Yeah, yes, sir.
I would salute with 2 hands.
Sounds all Japanese.
Yes, sir.
Double the respect.
Figure out a way to get your legs up.
That was a janitor.
I fucking stand there like this with your grandpa, like Pledge of Allegiance style. I don't even know what to do.
No, exactly.
I know.
That's tight.
That's a lot of pressure.
They don't teach us this like military etiquette or how to address someone like you know how to address a doctor or like a professor, right? It's like Dr. So and so or whatever.
True.
And there's all these different titles, and I'm like, I don't know. You shoot guns and shit.
My mom, you say sir, you say miss, you never say ma'am. Like unless it's like an older woman, but you really.
What's the difference between ma'am and miss?
Ma'am is rude.
Oh, it's rude.
Rude? Why?
Call me a ma'am, I'm gonna fucking kick your
See?
ass.
She has to have white curly hair to call her.
Yes.
Yeah.
And even then, it's probably I still go for miss anyway because I've never actually tried ma'am on anybody before.
Oh.
Unless I'm being a fucking dick.
Same in Spanish, like señorita and señora. Don't never fucking call me a señora.
Oh.
Unless you're actually a senora.
Never.
What's senora?
I thought it's just if you're married. If you're married, you're a senora now.
I know, technically, I guess, but it's the same. It's like being called like a ma'am. It's like, the fuck?
You don't
I'm
want-
not that old.
So then when you're 90 and someone calls you a ma'am, that's okay?
Sure. I have to be 90 though. I can't be 89 years old and you're calling me a ma'am.
At midnight when she's 89, I know who's gonna fucking text her.
What's up, ma'am?
You had like broken ass fingers. Just like,
Ma'am. Ooh, shoot.
So yeah, so my grandpa.
You haven't talked to me in 40 years, Joe, and you're fucking just texting me just now.
Oh, we're not gonna be friends when I'm 90?
We probably are, but I still don't text my friends. You know what I mean?
That's a good point. I never speak to you
He
unless we're
doesn't
here.
talk. He doesn't text me.
Yep.
No, so my grandpa was a lieutenant colonel. That's considered a big deal. Bart's like, holy shit. This guy's a 3-star fucking general. He loses a star because he goes.
That's a funny.
Well, I mean, that's not only the because.
But as he should.
He also said, hey, like you're putting some undue stress
Like-
on this thing. Maybe,
think
maybe
he
not
should be-
2 Denny strips.
I think he shouldn't be discriminating, disenfranchised groups of people like that. I think that's what's wrong here, and we need to take this seriously. And someone needs to be taken.
No, do you think if he
I
did
agree.
this to a white man, he would still be getting repercussions?
I guarantee you.
He's doing way worse. This is military culture, like military frat.
That guy is probably like making all of his subordinates do like mukbang food challenges and stuff.
That's 2019 entering 2020.
Spicy ramen?
Military's tough, man.
Yeah.
Wake up and stuff their face with ramen.
Yeah.
Is that what happened to you?
I've been seeing on YouTube this girl, she eats all this food. So today, boys, you were gonna do the same thing.
I'd be so confused.
I got 100 hamburgers here.
Wait, so once you get that high up, like, what's your day-to-day duties?
You just pick on your subordinates. That's your main.
Like work with the CIA and like you're planning like
Probably war strategies.
big, big global shit.
Scary things.
Yeah.
Stuff we shouldn't know about.
Yeah.
Drone strikes on terrorists
Drone strikes on civilians.
and making
Thank you.
making your subordinates do mukbangs.
And then reclassifying civilians as enemy combatants. Pretty
They're all vaporized. They're all.
What are you guys talking about?
But they're also running like scenarios and drills all the time. So they'll have like sample drills if like, oh shit, North Korea just launched a nuke. What are we gonna do? It's gonna take.
Imagine no one actually gives them the prep of like, wait, this is not real.
Yeah. No, but they're just constant scenarios going back and forth. They're probably doing like
for example, if you're doing like North Korea just launched a missile. I've seen one of these before because my grandpa was in. So the first thing they do is they say, General, North Korea just launched a missile. Then the guy goes into the bathroom. He looks himself in the mirror. He goes, "Mama, I want my mama." And then he pisses himself. Then after that, you piss yourself until you completely empty your urinary cavity. And then you call your mama and you say, "Mama, I need you, mama." Like
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then you call the president.
Wait, what if your mom's not around?
Makes sense.
If your mom's not there,
Yeah.
you call her whatever her cell phone device was when she was alive. You call her voice recorder
I see.
to soothe yourself.
That's true.
This is someone the random person picks up, like, what the fuck?
Just part of drills, man.
Gotcha.
That's just how they do it.
And then you tell the president.
Then you tell
And he goes and does the same thing that you did. They make each other do stupid shit like that.
Right? You tell the president that you're sniffling, though. You have to be sniffling. You have to do, Mr. President, I'm freaking out. I'm freaking the fuck out.
Can you imagine a bunch of old 60-year-old dudes doing that?
They really are doing that though,
I guarantee.
internally.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can believe it.
Oh, inside?
Hitting a brick, dude.
Yeah, dude. Missile launched to be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
What else am I supposed to do at that point?
Especially at the American mainland. Are you kidding me? Holy fuck.
I thought they'd be like, yes, it's my time to shine. Game time, motherfucker.
No, those are the people who are in charge of the war companies.
Oh, they make money.
Those are Nicolas Cage.
That's when they get
Oh,
excited.
that's some Nicolas Cage and a Lord of Guns. Lord of Wars.